Before this video begins, I'd just like to say I will be streaming Saturday, March 9th, tomorrow, at 5 p.m. GMT. We'll go over the Huracán special event, do some multiplayer, and more. Hope to see you there. Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the Koenigsegg Regera, the fastest car in the game, in multiplayer in Asphalt 9. Big thanks to RPM Freeze for making top 10 in the Regera event so that I could have this decal. So my Regera is at 4 stars, which is the maximum that most people have them on Windows, and I have all upgrades and import parts applied that I could at this level, bringing us to a rank of 4176. In this video are 6 sequential races with this car in the Classic series that just finished. In this first race, we're facing another 4-star Regera, as well as 3 F12 TDFs, an Asterion, as well as a LaFerrari. So this race is on one of the Regera's best tracks and one of the most top-speed oriented tracks in the game, Mountain Poles. So less than 20 seconds in, and we've already managed to get pretty much up to our top speed, and for some reason the car kept spinning there. I don't know why. But anyways, we're past everybody. This car's maximum speed at 4 stars is 294 miles per hour. In contrast, my Bugatti Chiron, which is also at 4 stars, goes 284 miles per hour. So the Regera is a good 10 miles per hour faster. However, speed is not everything. As much as I really do like the Regera at 4 stars, I really would prefer the Chiron, because the Chiron has better nitro efficiency, which is one thing this car rather lacks, as you can see here, and pretty much all throughout the video, and because the Chiron has better acceleration as well. So yeah, those two things make me really like the Chiron a bit better, and while the Regera loses less speed while turning, the Chiron actually has a sharper drifting radius, at least by a little bit. So yeah, those are my thoughts on these two cars. The Regera is obviously really good, and I plan to make some tests between it and the Chiron at some point, but I personally still prefer the Chiron. So in this race, we beat that other Regera, as well as those F12 TDFs and the other two cars. Now in this race, we're facing 3 F12 TDFs again. They were quite popular that season, as well as a 5-star Aventador SV. Now, the Regera's acceleration seems to be decidedly average, about just on par with pretty much everything else. Now here, the ramp does something really weird, and that is not the weirdest ramp thing that happens in this video. You just wait. And then some car just flies way up into the air. This video is off to a weird start. So we're into 4 out of 5 now. However, I was not at all concerned because, well, this car is extremely fast and I'm already up to my speed. But unfortunately, I went on the sides, and unfortunately also, this car has bad nitro efficiency. So yeah, it is hard to keep on speed if there's a bunch of sidewalks and stuff, and you keep going on them because you're trying not to bump free I can't talk. Nothing just happened. So we've gone into second. No first. No second. Yeah, the position counter doesn't exactly work entirely right some of the time. So finally here, we pass this guy, and he doesn't land on us, which I was a bit afraid he was going to, and then we'd be put even further back. The current season, the one that's going on, which is a rush or full ahead season or whatever you want to call it, has not been going quite so great for me. For some reason, I seem to wreck or get knocked down in almost every race. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. But in the Classic season where I was testing this Regera, it went okay. So we come in first here, ahead of that guy who was in TA, driving his Aventador SV, and we both beat all those F12 TDFs. And oh my gosh, I just remembered this race. I take back what I said about not having problems, because this race, if I was not doing sequential races, I would probably have taken this one out, because it's just so annoying. At first glance, it seems fine. We've got 5 F12 TDFs, yeah, more of those, and then we had a guy who tried to maybe 360 me, but then my game lagged right when he touched me, and I got knocked down. So now we're an 8 out of 8, but, I mean, that's obviously not the end of things, because this car is extremely fast. It literally is like 60 miles per hour faster than all the other cars in the race. However, this isn't exactly the most top speed oriented track. It's got lots of turns and stuff like that, but I still thought, well, they're not too far ahead, so maybe I can catch up after all. And it did seem for a while that I was going to be able to do that. I'd gotten into 7 out of 8, and I was catching up to the 6th place guy here, and I then bumped into him, somehow didn't knock him down, but then I bumped the wall, and almost thought why oh why did I put this race in the video? So, we're now 8 out of 8, very far back, and I was pretty upset at this point. However, of course, I wasn't going to leave. I had the fastest car in the game, and I was pretty sure that maybe, hopefully, I'd be able to catch up to them, at least the chance. I mean, there's no reason to leave if there is even a chance of you being able to catch up and all. And I mean, since it's a full ahead season, you really shouldn't leave anyway, because unless you're literally dead last, you're not going to lose points. And even if you come last, you're going to lose what, 2? So we got a bunch of people over there taking the left route that I was afraid they were going to land on me, so I shockwave very quickly because shockwaving is actually the best way to avoid getting knocked down, I've found. Because when you're in shockwave, for the most part, you're invincible. In any case, we have now come into 3 out of 8 position. And I was thinking, well, maybe I can at least catch up to the second place guy. It'd be kind of embarrassing to lose in a Regera to an F12 TDF, which is the first place guy, but I didn't think that I was actually going to be able to catch him. So here, I got this nitro. Actually, I missed it because this car's handling is sometimes too good when you're going too slow. And yeah, I was not able to catch up to the second place guy after all, at least before this final barrel. And after that, I thought, well, maybe I was catching up to him, and I actually did pass him in the end there. And then I shockwave up to here, got this nitro, and lost to an F12 TDF in a Regera. Let's move on to the next race. So remember guys, I definitely did not just lose to an F12 TDF in a Regera. So in this race, we have another F12 TDF, a GTR NISMO, and some other cars. Now this is Frozen Route. This is the other one of the tracks that is very good for this car. It is, I think, like the opposite of Mountain Poles. I think it has the same basic track, although the starting point is a bit different. And after shockwaving down here, this GTR NISMO decides to try to 360 me, but thankfully I narrowly miss him. Now, when I pass people, I always watch out for things like that, and I think I've gotten a bit better at not hitting people from behind when passing them. I know I've said in previous videos that was one thing that I always had problems with, but I think I've gotten a bit better, although watch me just bump someone from behind in this video, haven't forgotten about it, and then feel dumb having said that. So let's move on to the bit of drama that's going on in the Asphalt 9 communities right now. So basically what's happening is that a bunch of random legitimate people, at least it seems like they're random, are getting banned for apparently no reason. People like RPM Freeze and Afik and LU Brenton and people like that have gotten banned for apparently no reason. Now, Afik was unbanned, he only got a 2-day ban, and it looks like his account is okay. But Freeze is still banned, which is very bad during the Huracán special event, and Brenton decided to quit because of it. So obviously, this is a huge problem. And here we beat this Apollo N and Aventador SV. Now, me and all of the people in the Asphalt Influencer program are doing our best to try to get this situation rectified as soon as possible, because we are influencers both to the community and to Gameloft. At least, that's kind of how I have thought of it as being. So hopefully we can get some of these things solved. I do not know of all the people that have gotten banned during this, only a few of them, but I'm sure there are more. Thankfully I've not gotten banned, and let's pray that never happens, because then I couldn't make videos for you guys. But all that to say, I've been doing everything I can to hopefully make sure that this problem gets rectified pretty soon. So in this race, we've got 2 other Legions United members, Fury Prodigy, who is in first, and who actually got top 1 in the Classic Series, so congratulate him for that if you see him around. We've also got another Legions United member who is in a Regera, and it's not Prodigy who's way up there in first, it is by Eric's, who is behind me now, and we've also got this Apollo N, which was actually the only guy in the race who wasn't in Legions United. So here, we were all shockwaving up here. I thought I was going to be able to pass some people, and I was able to pass him, and then I was able to pass him, because finally I was able to get this car up to speed. And we've got 2 laps. If it would have been a 1-lap race, that would have been pretty nice, but it seemed like all the races in Platinum or Legend this season were 2 laps, at least the majority of them. I did not get a single one in this video, that was not, or in this car. Now here, this ramp did something really weird. I just went up it like normal, and it did that. And then I got flipped into the building on the side, which caused me to have all these problems, and it caused all those people to pass me. So I'm now in 4 out of 4, and I don't like being in 4 out of 4. So here we pass Eric again, go up the ramp. However, the Apollo and Icona seem to be long gone. However, not all hope is lost. So the Apollo decides to go the left route up here, or at least so it looks like on the map, and he wrecks in the middle, causing him to be put, well, pretty much right next to me. Now, one thing that's nice about this season is that when you get knocked down, or maybe also when you wreck, not sure about that, but especially if you get knocked down, you will get full nitro to shockwave out of it, which is very nice. I think it's called catch-up or something like that, but it's especially nice if you're in a car that doesn't have the greatest acceleration, so you can come back from knockdowns a bit easier, and they're not quite so bad. So there we come in second, helping Prodigy get up to his number 1 spot, as it turned out, and we beat these other 2 people. Now for the final race in the video. Here we have got 3 F12 TDFs. Have I told you they're popular? I have? Oh, Sorry about that. By the way, in this race, we've got 3 F12T... I'll quit now. We've also got an Apollo N. Now, I will probably go over this in a bit more detail in the stream, but in the Lamborghini Huracán Evo Spider special event thingies, the cars required are, of course, the Huracán Evo Spider, the Volkswagen XL Sport, the Lotus Evora Sport, and the Jaguar F-Type for the first 5 days. Now, in the final 5 days, these cars require you to have basically max-starred with 4 epic import parts. They are the Ferrari 488 GTB, SCG 003S, Ferrari F12 TDF, Corvette Grand Sport, and Apollo N. Now, I have the SCG 003S and the 488 and the Apollo N all max, so those should be fine. Maybe I'll be able to get a couple more import parts for the F12 TDF. However, my Corvette Grand Sport is only 1 star. Again, I'll talk about that event more in tomorrow's stream. If you want to hear it, you should be there. Of course, there will be a stream archive, but it's always better to see things live that are live when they go live. Live things are usually live, but in any case, we've got somebody in this race who is having some weird issues with his internet or something, because he kept blinking all throughout the race, and my position kept changing from first to second, and I never knew when I was close to him because he would sometimes just randomly stop at the wall every 5 seconds. Or so it looked. Now, here, one thing that you can do on this track is the wall ride here. In most cars, it will be faster than just trying to drift around and then shockwaving out of it. And for some reason, my flat spin 360 thingy did not work there. So as this battle between me and the F12 TDF plays out, that sounds a bit weird to say, but that car is pretty good, and it has very good nitro efficiency, which is one reason it's good. Anyway, during all that, I will give my general review about this car. As I've said before, it is the fastest car in the game. It has average, I'd say, acceleration. Nitro efficiency is sort of mediocre. Handling is pretty good. Drifting radius is also good. It's overall a nice car to drive, but not quite as nice as the Chiron in my opinion. That one just feels easier to shoot around the corners and stuff like that. This car feels a bit heavier and less glitchy than the Chiron. However, as you saw with those ramps, it's not entirely glitchless. And I'm very glad that weird issue that What just happened? Even though I'm recording this voiceover after the fact, I always forget the sort of weird things that happen in the races, or sometimes I do anyway. I don't even remember what I was saying. Well, anyway, some of you guys probably remember that some of the people in the top 10 clubs who were supposed to get this Regera decal didn't. Most of those have gotten their decals now, so that's mostly sorted. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you've enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 and 9 content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.